Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, your purchase and pricing email question line. For buying this or any watch you see here on our channel, our website, or our social media, reach out to me directly, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a diving chronograph from Frankfurt. This is the 43mm stainless steel Sinn 206 ST AR. 43mm in stainless steel. It's substantial and hermetically sealed, 17.2mm thick, but nice and short across the wrist at 48.7mm with a broad 22mm spacing between the lugs. You can see SUG, the signature of Sinn's proprietary case maker. They make this case. They also make a number of precious metal Longa cases. So, impressive pedigree for this watch. The timepiece is easy to wear, though it's thick, and you can see it doesn't readily duck underneath the cuff. Because it is short across the wrist at under 49mm lug-to-lug, you can wear it on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. It feels like a mailed fist, a giant mass of metal, almost indestructible, inspiring confidence, and, I must say, a little bit of a sense of awe at its sheer structural integrity. Jumping in to take a quick look at the hardware and the software, Sinn did not cut corners here using a large rectangular scale alligator leather, the most expensive, rather than a textile or a calfskin. You can see it's black semi-gloss, there's a contrasting stitch, there's a sheer side showing the layers, and there are plenty of layers of leather, and then there's some bolstering to add a little bit of plush and volume. Rolling down to the pin buckle, you can see it is stainless steel for quick on-the-fly adjustments, all polished like the case, and this is a brand new Sinn factory strap. You can see in profile it is very much the iconic EZM1 and EZM 1.1 case lines. You can see that's true right down to the shape of the shear guards around the crown and the pushers themselves. Now you can see my Sinn EZM 1.1, so it really is a bit of a body double for Sinn's most famous case shape. It's also all of high polish, differentiating it from the media blasted EZM 1 and 1.1. Now you'll appreciate that because the lugs are strong, thrusting, have a lot of character and presence. They add strength, but they're also nuanced in the use of a bevel along their sides and their tips, and they come to a point. So this is actually quite the good-looking case. Take a look at the bezel. You can see that it's held on by screws. This is captive bezel construction, so you do need to dismantle the bezel before removing it. It can't snap off by impact the way a Rolex or Omega bezel can, so it's a tougher bezel assembly. It also has a wonderfully chunky mechanical detent. Let's hear. It doesn't just sound great, it feels great. You really get the sense that you're controlling a machine, and I like that fact. It is a very mechanical, engineered feel. Clearly someone at Sinn tested this feel and this sound and signed off on it before it went to market. Now as you can see, it's polished on its outer face. The top is of satin finish. There are little indentations for the indices and there's lacquer for the 5-minute numerals. You'll appreciate that there is also a large luminescent pearl, and while the EZM 1.1 and 1 have bidirectional bezels, this is a true unidirectional dive bezel. Read against the index, line up with the minute hand, and now you have a count up timer up to 60 minutes, which is handy because the watch is a 30-minute chronograph register, so you can time 2 events at once. There's an AR coating underneath the crystal. The dial itself is matte black to reduce glare, and all of the printing is white on black, crystal clear. You can see that it features a day and a date. This is the original Valjoux 7750 architecture, which was born in the early 70s as a day and a date. And yes, it is an ETA 7750, not a Sellita SW510, for example. So the watch features hacking seconds, one of the refinements that you get with a 7750. Pull the crown out, everything stops, you can synchronize to a reference time. Pull the crown out to the intermediate position, one direction changes the date, one direction changes the day. So it's a double quick set. The watch, of course, is filled with nitrogen, but wait, doesn't it say argon? Originally, back in the 90s, the EZM1 would have been filled with nitrogen. Today they're filled, or I should say argon. Today they're filled with nitrogen, and that's to displace all oxygen and moisture from the interior, but if any does get in, there is a replaceable copper sulfate insert on the flank of the case that will withdraw any residual moisture from the inside of the watch or any that might enter the watch over time. The watch is 300 meters water resistant. It is a true diver. It features a top grade Valjoux 7750 internally, and it features the D3 pusher system, basically a very secure set of sleeves that make the watch more water resistant and also protect the chronograph pushers better against impact and abrasion. They look like screw downs, they're not screw down. You can actually actuate the chronograph functions without screwing anything in or out. Of course, the primary crown is a screw down. The top grade 7750 is one from the top. In-house regulation is done by Sinn before the watch goes to market. So what you've got is a 48-hour power reserve with unidirectional automatic winding, 25 joules. You have the double quickset, you have the hacking seconds function, and of course you have a cam and lateral clutch, making for a very, very tough combination. Now the cam system here has been well tuned by Sinn, and it feels as crisp as a column wheel. So though it uses the cam or shuttle system, sometimes also known as coulisse, nevertheless the pusher action is exactly what you would expect from a high-grade column wheel chronograph. So you're getting the captive bezel, the AR dehumidification system, the D3 pushers. You're getting an iconic Sinn shape. You're getting the full Sinn experience. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Sinn 206. Note that the constant seconds hand is also loomed.